I've been wanting to speak on this, so I'm glad you asked. Let's get right into it. You see, I was raised a bigot. Homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, you name a phobia, you name an ism, ableism, sexism, racism. I was raised that way. I was a bigot. Now, I learned about racism very early on thanks to my relationship with my mother and my siblings, but I was in my early 20s before I really understood that I was homophobic. I was in my early 30s before I understood I was transphobic. And I'm here to tell you right now, what made change possible for me was those uncomfortable conversations in which people just fucking told me how the fuck it was. I didn't learn anything from people that coddled my sensitivities. I learned nothing from people who made sure I felt comfortable as they explained to me why I was homophobic. No, those people who were just in my face like, bro, listen, call it what you want, you're homophobic. Let me ask you a question. Why do you have a problem with two consenting adults living their life together? Now, I didn't say it to that person at that time. I didn't admit it in the conversation because I was only in my 20s and I had an ego. But let me tell you something. When I got home, I thought about that. Why do I care about two consenting adults? Why do I care about people that consent and love each other? And then it all started to come clear. When I had somebody in my face, look, man, I don't care what you say. Gender is a social construct. If you explain to me how it's not, I'll listen to you. Now, I didn't admit it to their face, but I got home and I thought about it. Man, what the fuck? What's the answer? People who were in my face, unapologetically blunt, are the ones who made change possible for me. So all these fragile white people who are mad when you throw it in their face, let me tell you something. Keep doing it. Just like when you exercise, your muscles grow and your body grows once you go past your comfort zone. Same thing with the mind. Nobody's going to learn anything by holding their hand and coddling their sensitivities and making sure that you know, hey, I know you're a good person, but this thing you're doing is racist. No, fuck that. You're racist. Now what you gonna do to fix it? Blunt, in your face reality is the only way to approach bigotry. It is not anyone's job to explain to anyone else at this point in time the finer intricacies and nuances of racism. If they're unwilling to learn it, you call them a racist and you keep it pushing. And yes, that's hard to do when it's your family. But let me tell you something. If you're not willing to call your family out, if you're not willing to call your friends out, if you're not willing to call your coworkers out, if you don't have the intestinal fortitude to call racism out where it stands, you're not there yet. You are still coddling white supremacy. If you're not willing to call out bigotry and homophobia and transphobia when you see it, you're not there yet. You're still coddling bigotry. Hope that helps.